When you talk about the most beautiful cities in Europe, there's one Italian city that always comes up, Florence. This summer I got to spend 3 days here and was blown away by its beauty, culture and general vibe. In today's video I will show you how to spend a perfect day in Florence, that locals simply call La Bella or the Beautiful One. In part 2 we will make 2 trips from Florence to Pisa and the Tuscan countryside. So, if you enjoy this video, please make sure you subscribe to not miss the next one. Enjoy! Start our day at the Galleria dell'Academia, which is home to one of the most famous statues in the world. Tickets to this museum sell out way in advance, so if you're not one of the lucky ones to get them, you will have to do what we did and stand in line in the morning. The earlier you arrive, the less you have to wait. So it's best to bring a breakfast and eat while queuing. The Galleria dell'Academia is an art museum and the most famous one in the city. That is not only because of the incredible paintings, but of course due to the statue of David created by Michelangelo. This incredible piece of art displays David, who according to the Bible fought a superior enemy in Goliath and beat him with trickery. It shows him before the fight, displaying a huge level of confidence, whereas most depictions of David show him after winning. The details of the body, including the veins and muscles, are in perfect proportions, which is groundbreaking for the year 1500. It was built from a single piece of marble, which you can imagine is incredibly difficult, because every small mistake means you have to start over again or accept imperfections, which the statue does not have. Due to these features and symbolisms, the statue became an icon for the city of Florence that stood strong to defend its civil freedoms against more powerful enemies, similar to Goliath in the story. The most important building in the city is the Cathedral Santa Maria Fiore. The name of this church ties in with the Roman name of the city, Florentina, the city of flowers. It was opened back in 1436 and consists of marble in 3 different colors, white, red and green, all from Tuscany. The outside of the church consists of geometric figures and stylized flowers, which alludes to the name of the church and translates to the Lady of the Flowers. The entrance to the church is free but not allowed during hours of worship. So, make sure to check the website for the exact opening hours that day. I will post a link to it down below. If you want to visit the tombs or the cupola, you have to buy a separate ticket that usually sells out in advance. If you want to see everything this marvelous church has to offer, make sure to plan ahead. Right in front of the main entrance to the cathedral is a small building, the Baptistery of St. John. This is the original center of the city before the much larger cathedral was built right next to it. It's an octagonal baptistery that was opened in 1059, but it is believed that it has existed for much longer. Originally, it was a temple dedicated to the Roman god Mars, and later converted into a church. The most impressive feature of the interior are the mosaics on the floor and the roof. They were created in the 12th century and inspired by Middle Eastern textiles that were traded in the city. Arguably, the best place to get a great view of the city is the tower Campanile di Giotto, that is right next to the cathedral and designed in the same style. It serves as a bell tower of the cathedral, but was already opened in 1359, so almost a century before the cathedral itself. We wanted to climb it up spontaneously, so we went to the ticket office 50 meters from the tower and bought tickets for later that day. If you want to make sure that you get them at the preferred time slot, you can also buy them online. The tower is a masterpiece of Italian Gothic architecture. The base is squared with a width of 50 meters to each side, whereas the top is almost 85 meters above the ground. Given that it was built 700 years ago, it's incredible that such a tiny building can withstand all this time, especially considering other buildings in the area. After leaving our backpacks at the lockers behind the church, we lined up at our time slot and climbed the 414 steps to the top and enjoyed the incredible views of Florence. It's now time for lunch, and let's make our way to the central market, Mercato Centrale. This market consists of 2 parts, the outside and the inside. On the outside, there are many small stands where people sell local handicraft, clothes and kitchen items and a lot more. If you're still looking for souvenirs, then this is surely a great opportunity to find something nice for your jealous friends and family who couldn't come to this gorgeous city with you. After exploring the outside market, let's go inside and find something to eat. This market was incredible because it offered so much, from typical Italian dishes to vegan options and all kinds of cakes and desserts. Even if you think the prices are a bit high, it's so worth it to just walk around and breathe in the smell of fresh Italian cuisine. On the bottom floor, you find fresh fruits and vegetables, as well as spices and pasta that you can take home, whereas the top floor has fresh fruit in a sort of food court. Next, we will visit the Basilica di San Lorenzo with the Cappella Medici in the back. Compared to the main cathedral, this church has a completely different design. The exterior is decorated with bricks instead of marble, It is actually one of the oldest churches in Florence, and it was built in a time where the brick exterior was a lot more common. However, the interior is even more impressive, so let's check it out. The Medici were a powerful family that was ruling Florence from the 15th century until the early 18th century when the last ruler died. The Cappella was built as a private final resting place for the members of that family that would showcase their power and wealth. The center square of Florence is the Piazza della Signore, overlooked by the tower of the Palazzio Vecchio. This square has been the center of political life in the city for over 500 years, being home to many important buildings and statues. The most prominent building is the Palazzio Vecchio, built in 1299, which served as Florence's seat of government and later as the administrative center of the Medici family. Today, it functions as both the city hall and a museum, showcasing important historical rooms, including the Hall of the 500 with its grand frescoes by Michelangelo. Some of the most important statues on the square are the abduction of the Sabine woman, as well as Perseus with the head of Medusa. In front of the Palazzo is a copy of Michelangelo's David that we saw earlier today. To the south of Palazzio Vecchio is one of the most important museums in the city, the Uffizi Gallery. One of the coolest free things to do in the city is to visit the Fontana del Porcellino, or just Porcellino, which translates to piglet fountain. This bronze statue of a piglet is supposed to bring you good luck if you rub its nose and let a coin fall from its mouth into the fountain. If you succeed and the coin falls into the drain, it is ensured that it will return to Florence according to the legend. I'm sure you're aware of the term golden hour. These couple of hours before sunset usually produce beautiful light that is not just incredible to view, but also perfect for photos. And I strongly believe that Florence was built for the golden hour. We start our walk along the Arno River by the most famous bridge, called Ponte Vecchio. This bridge is a popular tourist attraction because of the medieval stores that you can find on each side of the footpath. Let's walk along the Arno River towards the west and enjoy one of the most beautiful sunsets in all of Italy.